Hi, welcome to the Yarn and Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all of the places you can find me should be linked in the description box just below this video. How are you today? I hope you are continuing to stay well. It's Tuesday the 24th of March today and I thought I'd just pop by for a little bit of a knit and a chat. My knitting's a little bit out of shot, but I'll try and keep it in shot so you can see what I'm up to. I'm sat in my garden and trying to enjoy the last of the late afternoon sunshine, so I thought I'd pop by and sit and knit and chat with you for a little while. The last time we had a knit and chat, I was planning on trying to keep my little yarn shop running for as long as possible. And yesterday the Prime Minister gave the announcement that all non-essential shops should cease to be open with immediate effect. So this is my first day of official shutdown. We are basically being told to stay at home as often as possible and to go out only for business purposes when necessary, to pick up essential groceries and to get out no more than once a day for some exercise. So I'm going to try and adhere to those regulations just to prevent the spread of this awful virus, to protect myself and anyone that I come in contact with. So I'm going to have a little bit more free time on my hands than I had originally anticipated. I will be going by to check on the shop, but I won't be going every day as I had originally thought I might. I'm going to go a couple of times a week just to pick up post and make sure that the premises are okay. I am temporarily scaling back my thoughts of providing online services for the next week or so, just because the situation is quite new at the moment and we're kind of on unofficial lockdown. So obviously the more we can all stay at home and protect each other, the more likely that this situation will pass as quickly as possible. So I'm going to try and keep a routine and do a little bit of work from home every day. Those of you who've followed along with the channel for a while will know that anytime I decide to discontinue selling something from the shop, or if a yarn itself is discontinued and I decide to remove it from the shelves, then I bring it home and keep it in storage here. So I've got quite a few boxes to go through. They need categorising and organising, so I can do that. I can also start working on the bare bones of a website to try and get that up and running at some point in the not too distant future. So I've got some things to keep me busy. My plan is to work mornings and then do stuff around the house and bits and pieces in the afternoon, just to try and keep some sort of routine. I don't want to try and force myself to work all day because at the moment this situation is in force for 3 weeks and it could be much longer than that depending on what happens. So I don't want to burn out and end up doing everything in the first couple of weeks and then be sat twiddling my thumbs. Well, not that I'll ever twiddle my thumbs, I'll be sat knitting, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's kind of my initial thoughts and plans for how I'm going to approach things over the next couple of weeks. I will probably put a few bits and pieces up on Facebook and Instagram, and if people are desperate for anything, then I will probably, as long as my local post office is happy to accept packages, I'll probably do a post office run maybe once a week just to try and bring in a little bit of money. But money's not the most important thing here, is it? People's health, lives and well-being is far more important than a few pennies in the bank. So for now I am working on my test knit project. So I'm test knitting this lovely shawl for my friend Charlie, and the shawl, I think she hopes to release it fairly quickly. I apologise if I'm squinting quite a lot. I'm sat facing the sun, but it's so lovely and warm. Our garden's tiny, but it's quite a nice little sun trap, and we have been blessed with a beautiful day today. So I'm taking advantage while I can. Anyway, back to the shawl. So it's a double knit shawl, mostly garter stitch with a few of these drop stitch rows. And the shawl's going to be finished off with some 4-ply yarn held with mohair. And I think I've made my choice. So in my stash of minis, I had this lovely skein, which I picked up while we were on holiday in Yorkshire. Not last year, was it last year? It might have even been the year before. It wasn't on our Dales trip, it was the trip we made to Yorkshire before that. And I picked this up at a little yarn shop in Hebden Bridge. And it's actually a naturally dyed skein from a company called Tinctoria, Tinctoria. So I thought this might go quite nicely on the edge. It's got some purpley tones, not exactly the same as the yarn that I'm using as the main body of the shawl, but I thought that might look quite nice as a bit of a contrast on the edge. And you need to hold this yarn double with some mohair, and I have this leftover sort of pinkish mohair in my stash, so I'm hoping that will make quite a nice finish to the edge of this shawl. The shawl takes 100 grams of DK yarn, and I'm down to this last little scrap of my first ball. So I've got the second here ready for me to join on when I get to the end of this row. Yeah, I'm hoping to get this finished for Charlie really soon, and it's been a really perfect knit for the last couple of days. It's mostly garter stitch, so it's quite a nice one just to sit and work on and let your hands relax into the project. Very meditative, I suppose, is what I am trying to say. So the perfect thing for times like now, when you need something slightly relaxing to try and calm the nerves, calm the anxiety, calm the mind down when it's going 10 to the dozen. My garden's in much need of some love and attention, so if the weather stays as glorious as this, then this might be an opportunity for me to do something about that. I'm sat on a little built-in bench that whoever owned the house before us put in, and I don't know if you can see the greenery just behind me. At this time of year we have bluebells growing in a built-up flower bed. Again, the bulbs or the seeds must have been planted by a previous owner. We can't take any credit for that. Hopefully you might be able to hear a little bit of birdsong. My neighbour also has Queen playing really loudly, which is actually quite nice. So you might catch that in the background too. Before I sign off entirely, I just also wanted to take a moment to say thank you to everyone out there who is working in key positions and keeping the country and the world going. I've had quite a few people comment on my videos to say that they work in various industries and don't have the luxury of staying at home to protect themselves and their family. So if you are one of those people, then thank you for everything that you're doing for all the rest of us right now. I hope you manage to stay safe and well. So I think I'm going to sign off for the day. As with my previous knit and chat video, please do let me know how you're doing and what you're working on, how you're managing to get through these difficult times. If you're looking for a fun distraction, then I think in my vlog yesterday I mentioned my friend Kralalien is hosting the colourful cast on party over on Instagram, and also the lovely Ellie, who is Curio Yarns, just announced her colourful along. So basically you can work on any project, any craft, as long as there is a nice splash of colour element to it. And you'll find details of that over in Ellie's Ravelry group, and also on her YouTube channel. She's doing some little vlogs too, so I'll put links to those below. I'm definitely planning on joining in, and I think my test knit shawl could probably count for both the colourful cast on and the colourful along. Yeah, I think I'll be joining in both of those cows with this one project. As per usual, I shall try and pop back and say hello to you soon. I'm going to try and keep uploading as often as possible, even if not on a daily basis. I've got plenty of topics that you guys suggested back in my 100th vlog to work through, so now might be the opportunity to tackle some of those. So until we get to spend time together again, I hope that you get to do some of the things that you enjoy. Great big woolly hugs to you all. Bye for now.